Good evening, everybody. We're just trying to make sure that we are live both on Facebook and YouTube. And we'll start with a quick preview. We're getting close to the bidding closing. So just trying to make sure that we're up and going on both side places. Looks like we are. Okay. So we are just 30 minutes away from the first horse closing for our Summer Select sale. We want to remind everybody that while we're going to do a quick preview, we will not stay live while the rest of the bidding is taking place. We will be managing software behind the scenes. So just as a quick reminder, quickest way to get to where you need to be, if you're not already got the link saved, if you just go to our website, smbhorsesales.com, go right here to click here to bid online. It will open up the catalog in our Octria software where the bidding's taking place. Getting this loaded here. Okay, we'll also remind everybody we've got a banner here at the top. Shows if you've got questions during the bidding process, if you, the winning bidder, need help with payments or any other part of the processes, there's 2 phone numbers up there you can call to get some help during this process. The practice bidding's still up and going if you want to go in and practice a couple of times here before we get going. And from there, if you need to bid on a horse, you will click on the particular horse. This will take you back to the main catalog, or from in there you can scroll through. You can see now there's some timers rolling on these that show when they bid. We'll remind everybody that if anybody bids in the last 60 seconds, it will extend that horse 2 minutes. A horse can extend multiple times, and one horse extending will not change the time on any other horses. So if you get watching an early horse and you're maybe paying attention to 1, 2, or 3 behind, and that horse, the early horse, starts to extend, you're going to want to keep toggling through and keep paying attention to these timers. Make sure you don't miss the horse that is a little bit further back. So hip number 1, this is Rascal. He's a 2014 grade gelding. We talked about in the preview last night, just a real all-around, well-rounded, good, solid horse. Like the way he rode, handled one-handed. You can see he's currently at $13,500. The next bid amount would be $14,000. I want to remind everybody, in the quick bid mode, if you're manually bidding, you can just bid in the increments that are going. If you go into the custom bid, you can set a proxy bid right here. You still see that proxy is checked. If I put a large amount in there and hit bid, it will bid in the increments on my behalf against other bidders. If I unclick that, I can just put in a custom bid amount and it will bid that amount. So if I had that unclicked and I put in $20,000 and I hit bid, it's just going to bid $20,000. But if I have it clicked and I put $20,000, it's going to move in the increments as somebody bids against me. And I might still get the horse at under the amount that I put in. So again, hip number 1, good, is at 13.5, good solid gelding, got some good size to him, rides really nice. You can see in the video, just a well-rounded horse. Hip number 2, this is Bunny. She's a 13 one-hand pony from Cobb Family Horses up in Weiser, Idaho. She's 13. You can see in the video she has finished barrels, poles. If you're looking for something for junior rodeo or 4-H, she does have a bit of a motor, but good solid pony there that's going to go. I was talking to Matt Cobb earlier today. He mentioned this horse will go running a jackpot and running the 3D times on a barrel race. So good solid, but understand she does have a motor. At $4,500, boy, what we've seen ponies going for the last couple years, especially in that size, that's a steal. Somebody should be paying attention there. Hip number 3, this is Barbara. This is one of our American curly horses. We talked about them last night. They're hyperallergenic. If you've got allergies but you still love horses, this is a great one for you to pay attention to. There's a second one later in the sale. She's sitting at $5,500. Anybody that's watched the horse market right now knows that that's bargain pricing. We've been seeing averages in the $8,000 to $12,000 range for steady 2 years and growing. That's a bargain price. Somebody should be paying attention there. Big, solid, kind of flashy color and stockings. Hip number 4, this is Nice little red roan gelding. He's registered AQHA. You can go through the pictures and see his papers. We also want to remind everybody there are pre-purchase exams in the pictures. If you go to the last picture, you can see that pre-purchase. We're trying to provide the buyers with all the information that we can before you bid. We also want to remind you, if you're bidding on a horse, you should have talked to the consignor and asked questions. We have very few problems when people call and ask questions. Most of the problems that we run into when somebody buys a horse that they haven't even talked to the seller and asked questions. If you buy a horse tonight and you haven't talked to the consignor and you call us back and the horse isn't a fit, and you tell us you never talked to the consignor before you bid, or the consignor says you never called before you bid, you're going to own the horse. So make sure that there's still time. You can pick up the phone that you've talked to these consignors. So this is Missouri Magical. Nice 6-year-old registered red roan gelding sitting at $9,000. Again, just entering the prime of his life. That's a steal of a deal. If you watch that video, his wife, his kids ride that horse. Great temperament, great little horse, been used on the ranch. That's a steal of a deal. Here's another one that really kind of surprises me. Hip number 5 from Tim Cobb up in Weiser, Idaho. Draft cross. He's 12 years old. A big, solid horse, going to take you all over the mountains and take care of you. Was talking again with Matt a little earlier today. He really kind of surprised. I mean, our last sale in April, we had 3 or 4 horses like this, and every one of them broke $15,000. So well under the market for what we've seen on these draft cross horses. He's big. He's put together well. Somebody should be paying attention there. This is another one that really surprises me. Hip number 6. This is Lakota up in Colorado from Justin Johns. This horse, a finished hill horse, finished breakaway horse, been used all over the ranch, right on the verge of being a finished calf horse. If you go watch the video, you can see she could be finished into a calf horse real easy. You go try to find a tie-down roping horse under 10 grand, and you're not going to do it. She's 10 years old in the prime of her life. She's finished in many ways. This horse is maybe a third of where she ought to be. Somebody could go out and rope on her in jackpots tomorrow, rope on her in a breakaway jackpot, finish her out to a tie-down horse. If you got somebody doing high school rodeo that's doing multiple events, I mean, again, you're not going to find that horse for that anywhere near that price. So somebody should really be paying attention. There's got to be somebody looking for high school, junior high, little britches horse that understands what that horse is, and she's worth well beyond where she's at. Here's kind of another one that really kind of surprises me. Play-Doh, hip number 8 from 6-year livestock up in Blackfoot, Idaho. Nice, solid young horse. He's 6 years old. You can see in the video he's got a great temperament. He's way solid built. Got the tiger stripe legs. He's going to get you noticed. Pretty horse. Well under the money. I mean, I would have thought he'd be double that by now. Somebody should really be paying attention there. I watched the video. Horse with a great temperament, well put together, buckskin look. Here's another one with, again, the color, nice put together. Well under the money of what we've seen similar geldings go. This horse is 9 in the prime of his life. Good, solid, been used around the ranch. Got some color, going to get you noticed. Look at that big front shoulder there. Well under the money on him as well. Here's another one that really surprises me. This might be my favorite horse in the sale right here. Vitorino, brought to us by Kara Washburn down there in Cedar City, Utah. I mentioned last night, if you don't know about Washburns and their training, they're well known for what they do with their horses. They sell horses for 5 times this amount on a regular basis, 10 times this amount. Somebody should really be paying attention. This, honestly, might be my favorite horse in the sale. If I were going to be buying, I'd probably be dialed in on this horse, and he's well under the money of where he ought to be. Moving on to hip number 11. Another one that really surprised me. This is a really pretty, solid, nice horse. Again, talking to Matt today, he talked about just how well-rounded this horse, how he takes care of people. He's pretty, he's well put together, he's got some size, he's going to take care of you. Well under the money of what we've seen horses going for over the last couple years. Here's another one, Flashy Happy, brought to us by 6-Shooter Livestock. He's 13 years old, good solid gelding, well put together, he's flashy. Again, well under where I would have thought he'd be by now. There's some bargains to be had if you're paying attention in this sale. Here's another one that really surprises me. This is a good, solid, nice young horse, good foundation bloodlines. They've done a great job. As a 4-year-old, she's very well-rounded. You can see her disposition in the videos with the kids riding her, and how well they've got her working off her feet, flexing, collecting, starting to follow the sled. I mean, that horse is a heck of a nice horse at a 4-year-old, well beyond where most 4-year-olds typically are. Getting ready to go out and make a job. She's got some color to go with it. Again, some good foundation bloodlines, well under where I would have thought. You know, we sold a similar horse ourselves last fall that sold for over $10,000. And so this one really surprises me, and somebody should be paying attention there. Here's another one that kind of surprises me. Mules have been hot this year. Cody Mule Days, some of the highest prices they've ever seen. And here sits a flashy looking Buckskin Mule. We talked last night about how well it rode in the video. Just a good, solid all-around mule. I talked again with Matt today, and he talked about how good this mule is. He said he sold a mule that wasn't anywhere near this good last week for $7,500, and we're barely over halfway there. So somebody should really be paying attention there. Good, solid mule, well under the money. Here's another one that kind of surprised me. This is a good, solid mare, really good breeding, something you could take to the roping pen, the barrel pen, get some babies out down the line. I've talked to Travis quite a bit about this horse. He's told me over and over again just how nice a good, solid horse she is. He's used her a lot up in the mountains. They've started her in the arena. She's got a heck of a bloodline. She's got the speed indexes listed down there for her dam and sire. Just a good, solid horse that, again, is well under the money that we've been seeing for similar horses. Here's another one that really surprises me. This is another one that I really like in this sale. You watch that video, that's a really well-rounded, all-around kind of a gelding. He's just 7 years old. He's just entering the prime of his life. He knows what a job is. Boy, that's a good, solid, flashy bay gelding that's well under where I thought that horse would be triple that at least. So somebody should be paying attention there. Here's another good, solid horse. We watched in the video last night. They did some ranch roping on him. Just a good, well put together, nice little gelding. He's just 5 years old. He's got his whole life ahead of him. He's got a beginner-friendly disposition. They've used him all over on the ranch and out there in some arena rope or ranch roping. Just a good, nice, solid gelding that, again, you know, is under where he ought to be on the money. Here's our other American curly horse. Again, they're hyperallergenic. This one's only 6 years old. She's got a great temperament. She rides well. You can watch that video. Somebody really should be paying attention. If you've got allergies and you still want to ride a horse, you need to be looking at this horse and the number 3 horse. Great opportunity to have a hyperallergenic horse that's just good, solid, gentle. Here's hip number 19, Peeps. Big, flashy, or good, solid, flashy 6-year-old gelding. He's got that flashy kind of dapple palomino color. Rides really well in the video. I talked last night about how I liked he rode out and carried his head. Size that I really like. You know, at $10,000, that's still of a deal. Somebody should be paying attention there. These kind of geldings have been selling for $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 pretty regularly over the last couple of years. Here's another nice size pony. If you watch the videos, very well rounded. Go use her on the ranch. The kids have used her. You could take her to 4-H. I mentioned last night the vet even mentioned how good she was to work with. Again, we've seen these ponies sell for $12,000, $15,000, even one a couple years ago, $20,000. We're well under that with her. We got 2 good ponies in this sale. You're going to get them when you can't find one later. Here's another one that really, really surprises me. Big, nice, solid draft cross. It's a spotted draft crossed with a Clydesdale. If you watch that video, this horse rides really nice and gentle, kind eye. Big, solid horse, going to take care of you. Could probably carry your house down the road. Just a big, solid, and again, you know, similar horses in our spring sale all brought 15 plus, and we're barely a third of the way there. Somebody should really be paying attention. They're not easy to find, especially not, again, you go watch that video and how well broke this horse is. somebody should really be paying attention there. Here's another one that really surprises me. He's a finished head horse, ready to go to the jackpots, take you to the pay window. Solid. You can see it in the video. They've used him on the mountains. This is another one from Washburns. I mentioned it last night. Just go Google search him. There's nothing but good out there about him. They've been doing it for a long time. They know how to make a good horse. Somebody should really be paying attention. That horse should easily be triple that amount. When to pick up a horse and go out and just simply go right to a jackpot, he's push button, he's ready to go. You're not going to find that horse under $20,000 very often. And here he is right here at a fourth of that cost. Somebody should be paying attention. Here's another good, solid, nice horse. I mentioned last night he's registered with the American Cow Horse Association. A little bit different registry, but really was impressed with the video and how they've got a handle on him, how he turns back on the rail. You could probably go cut on him, a pen on him, sword on him. He work a rope. Kind of a cool horse. Really, again, if you haven't watched that video, that horse has really got a great foundation on him. Here's another big, flashy, solid Palomino. He's registered. Another one from Six Shooter Livestock. They've got him listed as anybody can ride with a mellow disposition. We saw they've had all kinds of people on him riding around. He's a good video. Again, these horses have been selling for $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 for a couple of years. Still well under that money here. Opportunity for somebody to get a good, solid horse. He's only 7 years old. Got his whole prime of his life ahead of him. Again, there's some good bargains yet to be had. Here's another horse that really impressed me in the video. And I've talked with them quite a bit about this horse. They sold some horses, I think, in our February sale that people really liked. I've talked to a couple people who have gone and tried this horse out and talked about how good Jaden's been to work with. This is going to be a good, solid horse for somebody that somebody's going to really be happy with. And finally, this one really surprises me. Bayron's been one of the hottest colors going together. You watch the video. He's had quite a bit of professional training done over the last few months. He's working a rail, working a flag. So another one that if you're looking to go sort or that kind of stuff, this is a good, solid horse. He's young. He's in the prime of his life. He's only 4 years old. He's got professional training behind him. Go finish him out into a rope horse. Go sort and pen on him. He's going to get you noticed. That horse is half the money where he ought to be. So again, there's some good bargains yet to be had. We're about 12 minutes from hip number 1 closing. Again, we're going to remind everybody that if anybody bids in the last 60 seconds, it will extend that horse 2 minutes. Horses can extend multiple times. Any one horse extending will not change the time on any other horses. So if you're watching multiple horses and one starts extending, remember to bounce back and forth and keep track of the timers. With that, we want to wish everybody good luck. We will also remind everybody payment is due at the end of the sale. These horses, if you're the winning bidder, need to be paid for tonight, with the only exception is we have 3 people that have arranged for bank wire payment to us on Monday that were pre-approved, but that had to be done by noon yesterday. So at this point, if you're not one of those 3 people, you will need to pay for the horse tonight. If you're the winning bidder, process your card. You'll get a notification that you can go in and pay yourself. If you need to use a different card, you can register at that time. If you need to split something up between multiple cards, you can give us a call at one of these numbers and we can help you process that. But they do need to be paid for tonight, and then you will be responsible for the transportation on that horse. You've got 7 days without any charge. If you go beyond 7 days, the consignor may charge you, and you should contact them. If you don't know that you're going to be able to pick up that horse in the next 7 days, you should be calling the consignor, making sure that they can hold the horse beyond 7 days for you. So with that, we want to wish everybody a good luck. We're going to step off. Again, we won't stay live through this. We're going to step off and start managing through all the software as this goes. We wish everybody good luck, and we hope that everybody gets the horse that will make them the happy trail rider that they want to be. So good luck for everybody, and have a great night.